what's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 1973 Chevy C10 pickup. Up front is a 4.1 liter inline six, and down below is a 3-speed manual transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this C10 for a couple of reasons, but mainly the fact that this is a base truck. This is the custom trim level, and it has pretty much nothing on it, including that base engine of the inline six. No V8 found here in the C10. And so I'm excited to share this pretty original truck with you today. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. But let's get back to that 250 straight six under the hood. Well, like I said, it was the base engine offered here in the full-size pickups from GM. It is, of course, carbureted. It is absolutely nothing special. However, it actually is very reliable. Now, because it wasn't a V8 and because it didn't make crazy power numbers, they weren't very desirable, and most people, when they buy these trucks, they swap it out for something, or honestly, just small block Chevy swap it. But no, the owner and owners prior have kept this truck original, which I think is incredibly neat. Like I said, paired to it is a 3-speed manual transmission on the tree. So it is a 3 on the tree truck. For those unfamiliar, vehicles used to have shifters on the column instead of the floor. Usually pickup trucks, but I've also driven a Plymouth Belvedere and a Kaiser that were shifted on the column. So cars got it too, but it's more associated with trucks. And trucks did it a lot later than cars did. Cars had gotten rid of it before the 70s ever even started, so, you know, there's that. And to shift it, you pull it towards you and down for first, away and up for second, away and down for third, and then reverse is towards you and up. I hope that helps. Last but not least, this is the C10, so it is 2-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive at that. How does it feel to drive the C10? Well, the clutch is very heavy, and the shifter is very clicky, which is really nice. Visibility is absolutely wonderful. It's so simple, it's so straightforward. Once you get down shifting on the tree, it's like a dream. And that inline six under the hood, man, it's like a sewing machine. You just hear it sort of tick, 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 tick in the background without any major vibrations. It's not throwing a fuss, and I like that a lot. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 2 gauges for my speed and fuel. That's it. On the steering wheel, I get my Chevy bow tie, and that's it. Off to the left, we get warning lights for the temperature, oil, brake, and generator, as well as our washer and wiper switch and our headlight switch, and that's it. On the door, we have our smoker window up top and crank for the window down below, and that's it. Moving into the center, we have a cubby and the heater. This is a radio delete truck. That's it. And off to the right, we do get this nice wood paneling, and it does say custom Chevrolet on it. I love that little attention to detail, even though this was a basic pickup truck. We do have an ashtray in the middle, but no cigarette lighter. It actually has the cigarette lighter delete. That was an option that this C10 did not receive. And then down below, this is aftermarket. This is not original to this truck, but it is from the 1980s, so if you recognize it, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Center console / cooler does have cup holders. The original C10 does not, so off that basis, it fails the big friggin' bottle test. Then we get this really nice bench seat with only lap belts, no shoulder belts here in 1973, and I love the buckles on the belts. It says GM Mark of Excellence. Mark of Excellence. Absolutely love that verbiage from the 1970s. Now, we don't have any back seats, but we will hop around the bed of the truck and take a look back there. I gotta say, there's just something that feels right about driving an old C10. A little bit of Saturday morning football. That annoying bike. I don't know, something just feels right about a C10 in a high school football parking lot. I don't know what it is. Something cool to note here is that this is a sticker, or was a sticker, that is burned into or etched into the tailgate. And so the owner actually went out and found a license plate bracket from that old dealer, which is very cool. Once we are back here, nothing really too crazy. We have a latch down here. Pull it down like this, big metal hinges on either side, and here is the rear tailgate of the C10. Again, nothing crazy. The tie downs would go up here. You could latch things in, tie it down, whatever. But this is before the era where they put them down here in the corners like we see in modern trucks. So very, very cool here. This is the bed of the C10, but nothing too crazy beyond that. Now we got to talk about the looks and a couple of things to note. First of all, right off the bat, of course, love the patina on this truck. And this is all legitimate patina. It wasn't sprayed out of a gun a month and a half ago. This has been built up over the last 40 to 50 years. This is legit, baby. I also love the blue and white design. I absolutely love this color combo on anything from this era or beyond, so that gets a double thumbs up from me as well. And I will say, the only aftermarket thing about this truck is the fact that it has been lowered, but besides that, it's all original, which is really cool to see. This truck was also the first truck from GM to be designed using a computer and wind tunnels. Now, I don't know what computer and what wind tunnel told them that a flat face shaped like a cinder block would be any sort of aerodynamic, so I'm not sure that they had the best wind tunnel or the best computers in the early 70s, but hey, they did it nevertheless. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the 1973 C10? This has been so cool, especially given the fact that I've driven the nearly end of the C10's run, which is when they switched it over to the V10 at the end of the 80s and into the early 90s. This body style and this pickup truck actually ran until 1991, spanning 18 years that this truck was in production. Now, that could be viewed as a good thing, where parts availability is rather easy, although the 250 engine is going to be harder because it was the less popular engine. But the real reason for it is that the oil crisis hit in 1973. And although this truck was brand new, this truck was designed to last a couple years and then they would update it. But with the oil crisis, money had to be sent elsewhere, other vehicles needed attention, they had to spend money on emission systems and catalytic converter research, and so this truck got kind of left out in the dust. Throughout the late 70s, they tried a diesel engine with it in the late 70s, it didn't work. They facelifted it, gave it more headlights to adapt to the new legislation of sealed beams. But then in 1988, they finally did start a new generation of truck, but then they still built these alongside them until 1991, which is why in the late 80s they actually switched to the V10 verbiage as opposed to C10, because the C was now used for the new body style. Kind of confusing, but that's what they did. My point being is that this truck is the truck that got GM through the oil crisis. While yes, it started right when it started, so it had a good running start, this had to go the distance, and the distance ended up being 18 years. But people didn't really complain. So much so that even when the new truck was out, people still bought the old truck. The technology had way past this truck, and yet people still wanted it. People still bought it. So if there's any lesson in today's video, I guess it would be don't underestimate the oldies, because they're still pretty doggone good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Pete for letting me take out his C10 from 1973. Such an awesome truck. Pete has been absolutely wonderful to work with, very knowledgeable, very down-to-earth guy that I appreciate working with. I also reviewed his LS1 swapped C1500 from 1988, so he's been absolutely wonderful to work with, and I appreciate him very, very much. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.